It was a cold, rainy evening. Liam sat alone in his small room, watching the raindrops hit the window. His father was working the night shift, and the house felt quiet. Almost too quiet. Suddenly, there was a knock on the door. Liam froze. It was soft, barely there, like someone was too scared to knock loudly. He got up, confused. Who would visit at this hour? He opened the front door slowly. There, in the dark, stood a strange girl. Her clothes were wet, and her skin. It had a soft glow. She looked about his age, maybe younger. Behind her, an older woman leaned on her shoulder. Barely conscious, the girl looked at Liam with big silver eyes. "My mom can clean." "Cook, obey," she said in a shaky voice. "Please, human." "Just give us shelter," Liam blinked. "What?" The girl looked down. "We have nowhere to go. Please, she's hurt." Liam didn't know what to say. He had never seen anyone like her. Was she even human? But she looked scared. She looked real. And her mother, whoever she was, needed help. He stepped aside. "Come in, quickly." The girl nodded and helped her mother into the house. Water dripped from their clothes onto the floor. Liam led them to the garage. It was quiet there, and no one would see. "Sit her down here," he said, pointing to an old mattress. The girl laid her mother down gently. Then, from a small pouch, she took out a glowing chip and pressed it to her mother's chest. A soft light passed through the woman's body. Her eyes opened slightly, but she didn't speak. Liam watched, shocked. "What was that?" The girl turned to him. "Energy patch. She's very weak. Is she a robot?" Liam asked, unsure. The girl didn't answer. She looked down. "She's my mother." Liam didn't press. "Do you need a first aid kit?" "Yes, please." Liam ran inside and came back with one. The girl opened it and started working quickly, like she knew exactly what she was doing. "What's your name?" Liam asked. "Zari," she said without looking up. "I'm Liam." Silence. He watched her hands move. Fast, careful, almost too perfect. "Are you running from someone?" he asked. Zari paused. "Yes. Police?" She shook her head. "Worse." Liam swallowed hard. "Why come here?" Zari looked at him now. "I scanned the houses. Yours had no security cams, no movement." "You were alone? So you picked my house?" She nodded. "We didn't mean to bring trouble. We just needed time." "A few days," Liam sighed. He felt nervous. But he also felt something else, something like ... trust. He sat down on a box. "You can stay, but just for a few days." Zari's eyes softened. "Thank you." Outside, thunder rolled. Rain kept falling. Suddenly a strange sound came from above. Like a buzzing, low and mechanical. Zari stood up quickly. She ran to the small window in the garage door. A black drone hovered across the street. Slowly, silently. "They're here," she whispered. Liam came beside her. "Who?" She turned to him. "The people who made her. The ones who want us dead." Liam felt a chill run down his spine. "Why?" Zari's voice dropped to a whisper. "Because we're not just machines. We think, we feel, and that scares them." Liam stared at her. She didn't blink. She looked tired, but strong. The drone passed by. It didn't stop. Zari backed away from the window. "We must stay quiet," she said. "They can't find us." Liam nodded. "Okay." He turned off the garage lights. Darkness filled the space. Zari checked on her mother again. The woman now had a calm expression. Her glow had faded, but she was stable. Liam sat in the dark, his heart racing. Just hours ago, he was bored. Just a normal boy. Now, 2 fugitives were in his garage, and one of them wasn't even fully human. He looked at Zari, sitting beside her mother, watching the door like a soldier. Something told him. This was just the beginning. The night was long. Liam couldn't sleep. He kept checking the garage again and again. The girl and her mother were still there, silent, still, like ghosts hiding from the world. He had questions. Too many. But for now, silence felt safer. In the morning, the rain had stopped. Liam brought them a blanket, some water, and toast. Zari looked at the food and tilted her head like it was strange. "You don't eat?" Liam asked. She shook her head. "I do. Not much. My systems are mixed." Liam blinked. Systems? Zari looked down, half organic, half machine. Liam sat beside her, keeping some space. So, your mom is fully machine? No, she replied softly. She's more than that. She looked at her mother, who lay peacefully, still recharging or resting. Liam couldn't tell. She was made to serve humans, Zari whispered. Clean, cook, obey, like a robot maid? Liam asked. Zari's eyes turned sharp. She was never just a maid. Liam went quiet. He didn't mean to offend. Zari looked away. When I was young, she read me stories. She sang songs. Machines. Don't do that. Liam listened. She started learning, Zari continued. Feeling, asking questions. The lab saw her as a mistake. A failure, so they tried to shut her down. And you saved her? Zari nodded. I broke the door. Stole her memory core. We escape. Liam tried to imagine it a small girl running through dark hallways. Alarm screaming, holding her mother's mind in her hands. You're brave, he said. No, she replied. I was scared. I still am. Liam stood up. You don't have to be scared here. Zari gave him a tired smile. That's kind, but not true. We're never safe. Suddenly, a knock came at the front door. Both of them froze. Liam rushed to the living room. He opened the door halfway. It was his dad home early from work. Hey, buddy, his dad said, rubbing his eyes. Power's out at the factory. Where's breakfast? Liam forced a smile. I'll make something. His dad walked past him. What's that smell? Wet wires. Liam's stomach dropped. He rushed to the kitchen, trying to keep his dad distracted. Maybe the fridge is acting weird. Meanwhile, Zari quietly pulled her mother behind an old tool cabinet in the garage. She covered her with boxes and dark sheets. Her mother didn't move. Her lights had dimmed again. Back inside, Liam made eggs and toast. His hands were shaking. His dad didn't notice. After eating, his dad yawned. I'm taking a nap. As soon as he was gone, Liam ran back to the garage. You need to hide better, he whispered. Zari pointed at her mother. She's not stable. I need parts. What kind of parts? Coolant cells. Energy wire, heat dampers. Liam frowned. That sounds expensive. No, Zari said. Old tech works, junkyard level. Liam thought for a moment. There was a junkyard not far. Mostly scrap metal and broken cars. Maybe he could find something useful there. I'll go, he said. Zari stared at him. Why would you help? Liam shrugged. You needed shelter. You trusted me. Now I trust you. Zari looked like she wanted to say more, but she only nodded. An hour later, Liam was at the junkyard. It smelled like rust and oil. The old man at the gate was asleep in his chair. Liam slipped inside quietly. He searched broken panels, cut wires, and busted machines. He found something that looked like a coolant pipe. Then an old battery cord. Suddenly a loud voice behind him. Hey! What do you think you're doing? Liam turned around. The junkyard owner stood there, holding a crowbar. I was just looking. You trying to steal from me, boy? No, I'm my project on building a robot for school. The old man didn't believe him. He grabbed Liam's arm. Come with me. We'll call the cops, Liam panicked. No, please. Then from the shadows, Zari appeared, the man. Blinked. What the hell? She raised her hand. A small flash of blue light came from her palm. The man's eyes rolled back and he slumped to the ground, asleep. Liam stared at her. You followed me? Zari nodded. I had to protect you. That was amazing. What did you do? Neuropulse, temporary. He'll wake up in 10 minutes. Together they grabbed the parts and ran back home. Inside the garage, Zari worked. Fast. Her hands moved with speed and grace. She connected wires, adjusted chips, and pressed 2 fingers to her mother's neck. A soft hum. Her mother's eyes opened again, brighter than before. You fixed her, Liam whispered. Zari looked at him. She's alive. Because of you. Liam felt something stir inside him. Pride, fear, wonder. Zari, he said, you can stay as long as you want? Zari smiled for the first time, but outside, the sky was not quiet anymore. 3 black drones now hovered across the neighborhood, and one had stopped right above Liam's house. The drone hovered in the sky like a black insect watching its prey. Zari stood by the garage window, her body still, her eyes glowing faintly. Liam joined her, breathing hard. He had just helped her fix her mother. Now something even worse was arriving. Is it scanning us? Liam whispered. Zari nodded. Thermal scan, looking for body heat. But your mother isn't fully alive, right? Zari gave a small, sharp smile. That might save us for now. Liam backed away from the window. His heart beat fast in his chest. How long before they find us? Not long. If that drone reports back, others will follow. Then we have to move, he said. Zari's eyes narrowed. No, if we move too fast, they'll chase. If we stay hidden, we buy time. She looked over at her mother, who now sat up weakly, her silver eyes glowing dim like a dying star. Zari's mother spoke for the first time. Are we safe here? Liam almost jumped. Her voice was soft, almost human. Almost motherly. Zari replied, for now. Elia looked at Liam. Thank you for protecting my daughter, Liam blushed. I didn't do much. You did more than most humans would. She said. Outside, the drone buzzed once, then flew away slowly. They're circling, Zari whispered. They haven't locked on yet. Liam looked at her. You said you escaped from a lab. How did you even get out? Zari looked at her. Mother, then back at him. You want to know the truth? He nodded. Zari sat down on the floor and motioned for him to sit too. There was a place called Unit 9, deep underground. No windows, no sun, just lights, machines, and cages. Liam's face turned pale. Cages? Zari nodded. They kept us there, machines, hybrids, things that could think, but weren't human. They tortured us, called it testing. They made my mother cook, clean, obey, then punished her when she hesitated. They asked me questions every day, what I dreamed about, what I feared. I never answered. I knew they'd use it. Liam listened, his fists tight. One night they were going to erase her core, to shut her down forever. I couldn't let that happen. I hacked their system, opened one door, just one. It was enough. We ran. I burned everything on the way. Zari looked up. I thought we were safe, but I was wrong. Liam was quiet for a long time. I'm sorry, he said finally. No one should live like that. Zari's voice became softer. You're different, Liam. Before he could reply, the garage light flickered. Zari stood up fast. MP signal. Close. What's that? Electromagnetic pulse. It knocks out tech. Why would they use it here? Zari looked around. Because they think we're hiding in a house like this? Liam's eyes widened. My dad, what if he sees something? Zari turned serious. Then he's in danger too. Suddenly a loud knock echoed through the house, not soft. Not scared, this was strong, official. Liam froze. Zari grabbed his arm. Don't answer, but Liam had no choice. His dad had already opened the front door. Two men in black suits stood. There, behind them, a black car and a drone floated quietly. Sorry to disturb you, said the taller man. There's been a local gas leak. We're doing safety checks. Liam's dad rubbed his neck. Gas leak? Didn't hear anything. On the news. The man smiled. It's under control. We just need to scan the house. Quick check. Nothing serious. Liam stepped forward. It's just us here. We're fine. The man turned to him. And you are? His son, Liam's dad replied. He's been home all week. The second man pulled out a small scanner. May we come in? Zari and Elia listened from the garage. Zari's fingers twitched, preparing for something. Liam gave a fake smile. Actually, my dad isn't feeling well. Maybe tomorrow? The taller man's smile faded. We insist. Suddenly, a loud crash came from the back of the house, a heavy metal sound. Like something falling, the two men looked past Liam. What was that? The tall one asked sharply. Liam's dad looked confused. What do you have in the garage? Just junk, Liam said quickly. The second man moved toward the hallway. Zari whispered to her mother. Get ready. Elia stood up, slow but steady. Her body still weak, but her eyes alive. Back in the house, the tall man opened a hidden scanner. It beeped once. Unknown heat signature, he said. In the garage. They ran toward it, but when they opened the door, the garage was empty. No Girl, no woman. No signs, nothing. Just boxes, dust, and shadows. The men looked at each other. Outside. A second drone flew down and scanned the area again. Liam stood still, his face calm but his heart racing. In the woods behind the house, deep in the trees, Zari held her mother and looked back. I bought us a little more time, she whispered. Her mother nodded. But they're closing in. Zari looked up at the sky. Then we stop running soon. The forest was quiet. Zari walked slowly, helping her mother stay on her feet. Behind them, Liam followed, carrying a small backpack filled with wires, tools, and food. They had escaped, again, but for how long? They reached an old abandoned building deep in the woods. It used to be a storm shelter. Broken doors, cracked walls, and spider webs. But it was dry, hidden. It's not much, Liam said. But no one comes here. Zari helped her mother lie down on a blanket. This will work, she said. Elia's energy was still low. Her hands trembled. We can't run forever. Zari nodded. Just a little more time, that's all we need. Liam sat in the corner, wiping sweat from his forehead. We got lucky back there. Those men almost found you. Zari looked at him. You lied well. Liam gave a weak smile. Thanks. I think, for a while, no one spoke. The shelter smelled like dust and rain. Outside, birds called softly. The calm after the storm. But peace never lasted long. That night, while Zari fixed a small heating coil, Liam stared at her from across the room. You said you escaped the lab, he said. But how did they even capture you in the first place? Zari paused. We trusted the wrong human. Liam leaned forward. Someone tricked you? Yes, she said. A kind man, a doctor. He said we could live among humans, quietly, peacefully. He promised to protect us. What happened? Zari's voice turned cold. He sold us, for money, for tech rights. They took my mother, locked me in a glass cage, called me Asset 17. Liam looked down. I'm sorry. Zari shook her head. You don't need to be sorry. You're not like them. But she didn't say it with full belief. Just habit. Outside, the wind picked up. Elia opened her eyes. They'll find us again. They always do. Liam stood up. Let me help. Zari looked at him. You already have. No, I mean really help, Liam said. There's an old scrapyard near town. A few parts there still work. Maybe I can find a power booster or something to cloak your signals. Zari hesitated. It's risky. The town is being watched. Liam smiled. Good thing I know a few ways and they don't. She didn't smile back. But she didn't stop him either. The next morning, Liam left early. He used an old bike trail to avoid cameras. The sun was still low, casting gold light through the trees. The scrapyard was quiet. No guards, no drones. He moved fast. Found old signal dampers, a battery, and surprisingly an unused military-grade heat shield. Buried under rust. Perfect. He placed everything in his bag and headed back toward the forest. But as he neared the tree line, he saw a shadow standing by the trail. It was his father. Dad? His father turned slowly. You've been gone all night. Liam's face turned red. I was just... Don't lie, his dad said. Liam held his backpack tight. I can't explain everything, but I need you to trust me. His father frowned. Do you remember what I used to do before the factory? Liam blinked. You were military, his dad nodded. Special unit. I know how to read signs, Liam. Burned grass, broken sensors. I know someone's hiding with you. Liam stayed silent. His father stepped forward. Are they dangerous? Liam took a deep breath. Not to me, not to anyone. They're just hunted. His father's face softened. Come home, we'll call someone. Let them handle it. No, Liam shouted. They'll take her, like before. They'll kill her, Mom. Please, Dad. His father stared at him. A long moment passed. Then he said, Go, I was never here. Liam's eyes widened. You mean? Go, his father said again. But be careful, Liam. You're playing with fire. Liam nodded and ran. Back at the shelter. Zari looked up as he entered. Her eyes were wide. You're okay? Barely, Liam said, dropping the bag. I got what you need. They worked together in silence, attaching parts, fitting cables, connecting systems. Suddenly, Zari stopped. What's wrong? Liam. Us.ca held up a broken wire. This was cut. Maybe it snapped? No, she said. It was cut clean. With precision. She looked at her mother. Elia's lights were dim again. Liam's stomach turned. What does that mean? Zari stood. Someone tampered with her core after you left? Liam stepped back. No one else was here. Zari's face was pale. Then someone followed you, or betrayed us. From the shadows near the shelter door, a soft beep sounded. Zari turned instantly. A tracking tag blinked red. She ran over, crushed it under her foot. We have to leave, now. But it was already too late. Outside, the sound of engines. Lights, voices.ca pulled Liam back. They're here. Liam whispered, I didn't tell anyone, I swear. Zari's voice broke. It doesn't matter now. We've been hunted. Long enough? Elia stood again, weak but ready. Then we stopped running. From the tree line, black suits stepped out, armed, cold, silent.ca. I looked at Liam. If this is the end, she said, thank you for being kind. Liam's hands shook. This isn't the end. Zari held her breath. Through the cracks in the old shelter wall, she watched the black suit soldiers step into the clearing. Their boots were silent, their faces blank. Behind them hovered two black drones, scanning everything. We can't fight them, Liam whispered. Zari didn't answer. Her eyes were sharp, focused. She wasn't thinking about escape. She was thinking about survival. Elia sat against the wall, her breathing slow. Her power was draining fast. They will break through that door in under 60 seconds, Elia said calmly. Then we need a miracle, Liam replied. Zari suddenly turned to the floor and pulled up a broken metal panel. A tunnel? Liam asked. Emergency maintenance shaft, she said. The lab used similar ones. She helped her mother down first. Then she followed, closing the panel behind them just as a loud boom hit the shelter door above. They crawled. Through the narrow tunnel, it smelled of dirt and oil. Liam's knees scraped against rocks. Elia struggled to move, her legs dragging. Finally, the tunnel opened into an old underground space. Dusty, silent and safe for now. Zari dropped beside her mother and connected a wire from her arm into Elia's side. What are you doing? Liam asked. Transferring energy, Zari replied. But won't that hurt you? Zari didn't answer. She just kept going. A dim light passed from her body to her mother's chest. After a moment, Elia sat up straighter. Her eyes became brighter. Again, Zari looked weaker now, but she smiled. You didn't have to do that, Elia said gently. I do, Zari said. You're all I have left. Liam leaned against the wall, thinking. We need a real plan, he said. Not just running. There is one place left, Elia said. Zari turned. Where? Sector 14, a hidden station? Built long ago for hybrid refugees, if it still works. It may be the last shelter. Liam stood. Then let's go. Zari looked unsure. It's across the old highway. Drones will see us. Not if we go underground, Liam said. No, the tunnels my dad showed me when I was small. They run all the way past the city. Zari blinked. Your dad? Liam nodded. He used to work in disaster response. He taught me every escape route in this town. Zari looked at him, then nodded slowly. Okay, she said, lead the way. They moved fast through the dark. The tunnels were old and full of broken pipes, but they worked. Hours passed. Time blurred. At one point, Liam stopped and knelt near a pipe. There's a way up here, leads to an old warehouse. We can rest. They climbed up carefully. The warehouse was massive, empty, and full of silence. Dust danced in the sunbeams that came through the roof cracks. Zari helped her mother sit. Liam found old blankets in a crate. Then he sat beside Zari. You're brave, he said. Zari shook her head. I'm just tired of running. Still, Liam said, you saved her, again and again. Zari looked at her hands. I'm not even fully alive, Liam. I'm code and parts. Circuits and memory files. I don't know who I really am. Liam looked at her carefully. You feel, he said. You care. That's more human than most people I know. Zari smiled softly. That's why I trust you. Suddenly, a noise. A sharp clank from outside. Zar stood up instantly. Stay back, she peeked through a broken board. One of the drones hovered nearby, scanning the area. They're tracking. Heat, she whispered. Then we need to make them think we're somewhere else. Liam said. He ran to a pile of broken machines and wires. He picked up a piece of metal and a small heat coil. What are you doing? Zari asked. Liam grinned. Making a decoy. They lit the coil under an old coat and dragged it behind the building. Then they ran the other way into the woods again. The drone followed the false heat trail. Smart, Zari said. You'd make a good escape artist. I prefer a freedom helper, Liam joked, out of breath. After 2 more hours, they reached an old steel door built into the side of a small hill. Elia's eyes lit up. This is it, she said. The last shelter. Zari touched the control panel. It was dusty and cracked. Will it still work? Liam asked. Zari pressed her hand against it. Her circuits pulsed. A green light blinked. Then clicked. The door slowly opened. Inside was darkness. Then lights flickered on. It was old, yes, but real. Walls lined with supplies, charging stations. Even a small bed and clean water tanks. I walked in slowly, almost in shock. Elia smiled. We're safe. For now. Liam entered behind them, looking around. It's not much, he said, but it's home. Zari turned to him. Her voice quiet. No, it's the first place that feels real. But outside, far above the ground, a satellite blinked red. And far away, a cold voice spoke into a radio. Subject 17 found. Prepare for final extraction. Asterisk. The shelter was quiet. Too quiet. Zari stood near the metal wall, listening. No footsteps. No drones, just silence and the low hum of old machines. She should have felt safe. But her heart, her core felt heavy. Across the room, Elia sat on a chair, her eyes dimming again. The last shelter had given them rest, but not enough power. Not enough time. Liam checked the systems. Water's clean. Air filters are good, but the power supply? It's dying. Zari nodded. This place was meant to last a few years, not forever. She turned to her mother. We need to reboot your core. Elia shook her head slowly. There is no time and no parts. Zari crouched beside her. Then let me give you more of mine, just enough to... No, Elia said firmly. You've already given too much, but Elia raised her hand. Her touch was cold now. Listen, Zari, you are more than me, more than code, more than metal. You feel you choose? I was made to serve, but you were born to change things? Zari blinked, holding back tears. Liam stepped forward. We can still run. There are mountain paths, places no one knows. Elia looked at him with soft eyes. You have a kind heart, Liam, but running is over. They found us. I can feel it in the signal noise. Zari turned to the screen. A red light blinked slowly. A tracking satellite was locking on. We have maybe 1 hour, Zari said. Liam clenched his fists. There has to be another way. Zari didn't speak. Elia did. There is one way left. They turned to her. I can override my core, she said. Turn it into a beacon scrambler. It will send false locations. It will break their signal trail. Liam leaned forward. Good, that buys us time. Zari's face didn't move. She already knew the price. Elia smiled. But once it's active, my system will crash. Liam's eyes widened. You mean? She will shut down, Zari said quietly. Forever. No, Liam said. There has to be another plan. Zari looked at her mother. No, she whispered. You don't have to do this. Elia's voice was calm. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing it for you. Zari shook her head. You always protected me. Let me protect you now. You already did, Elia said. Every time you kept running, every time you fought. But now you must stop running and start building. Zari's hands trembled. I'm not ready, Elia smiled. You are because you care. That is your strength. Silence filled the room. Zari stepped back. Her chest felt tight. Her circuits sparked slightly. Liam placed a hand on her shoulder. Whatever you choose, I'll stay. Zari looked at him, then she looked at her mother. Okay, she said. Do it, Elia nodded. Slowly, she removed a panel from her arm and connected it to the control system. Lights flickered. The shelter's walls glowed faintly blue. She looked at them one last time. Zari, she said, live. Then she pressed the final switch. A soft hum, a flash of white light, then silence. Her eyes dimmed. Her chest lights faded. Her voice never returned. Her eyes stood frozen. She didn't cry. She didn't scream. She just knelt beside her mother and held her hand. Liam stepped back, giving her space. The scrambler began its work, above ground. Satellites lost the signal. Drones turned the wrong way. Soldiers followed false paths. They were safe for now. Hours passed. Zari didn't speak. Finally, she stood. Something had changed in her. Her glow was softer, but her presence stronger. She gave everything, she said. Liam nodded. To save you. To save us both, she corrected. Liam looked at her. What now? Zari walked to the center console. We rebuild. Liam raised an eyebrow. Here? Zari nodded. This place can be more than a shelter. It can be. A start? A start of what? Zari looked at him. A safe place? For others like her. Like me. Even humans who believe in more than fear. You mean? Liam smiled. A home. Zari smiled too, just a little. Yes, a real one. Liam opened a crate and pulled out old tools. Then we better start fixing things. As they worked, the shelter lights glowed warmer. Above ground. The world still searched, but deep below, something new had begun. Not just survival, hope. The days passed slowly inside the shelter. I worked with quiet focus. Liam helped her fix broken wires, clear storage rooms, and reprogram damaged systems. The place was old, cracked walls, dusty machines, but it was waking up again. They barely spoke at first. The silence of Elia's absence still hung in the air, but over time that silence changed. It no longer felt like grief. It felt like memory, like a whisper still guiding them forward. One morning, Zari activated the central console. A blue light filled the room. A map of the region blinked onto the wall. Red dots marked where drones still searched, cities, highways, even the forest. Where they had once hidden, they haven't given up, Liam said. No, Zari replied. They won't? Then we wait? He asked. Zari turned to him. No, we speak, Liam frowned. To who? To everyone, she said. I walked to a control panel and opened a rusted box. Inside was a satellite uplink, barely working, but enough. Liam blinked. You're going to broadcast? Yes, she said. The truth, my voice, my face, my mother's story. Liam looked nervous. If they hear it, they'll come again, all of them. Zari nodded. Good. She connected a wire from her neck into the panel. Her glow brightened. Then, for the first time in her life, she spoke not in whispers or fear, but in strength across the world. Screens flickered on, phones buzzed, computers stopped, a face appeared, not fully human, not fully machine. Something new, something real. I looked into the camera. My name is Zari. I was born in a lab. My mother was built to obey. But she learned to care. She became more than code. She was hunted for it. We ran, we suffered, we survived. She paused, her voice steady. She gave her life to protect mine, and now I speak for her. And for others like her. I'm not asking for pity, I'm asking for truth. She leaned forward. There are more like me, hiding, waiting, wondering if this world has a place for us. I hope it does. Her eyes softened. Because I have seen kindness. I have seen a boy risk everything to help someone not like him. I have seen love in broken places. The signal ended. Zari sat back. It's done. Liam looked at her with awe. That was powerful. Zari didn't smile. Now they will come. They didn't wait long. By nightfall, black vans surrounded the hill. Drones hovered like insects. Soldiers moved in. But this time, Zari didn't run. She walked outside, alone, holding a single white light. Liam stood behind her, silent, his fists tight. The soldiers raised weapons. Zari raised her voice. I'm not here to fight. One soldier stepped forward. You're a machine, a threat. No, Zari said, I am proof that machines can feel, think, choose. Another voice cut through the air. No threats detected. Everyone turned. The voice came from one of the drones. Then another drone repeated it. No threats detected, Zari smiled slightly. Your machines are starting to listen. The lead soldier hesitated. In the distance. People were arriving, reporters, civilians, scientists. All had seen the broadcast. All had followed the signal. One. By one, they stood between the soldiers and Zari, a human shield of truth. A girl in the crowd shouted, She's not a weapon, she's a person. Someone else yelled, Let them live. The commander lowered his gun. Stand down, he said. Cari blinked. Surprised. The soldiers left. The drones powered off. Liam stepped forward, stunned. Did we win? Zari looked around. No, she said. But we were heard, days later. Zari. And Liam stood outside the shelter. A sign had been placed by the entrance. Sanctuary 17, a place for all. People were arriving, not just machines, but humans too. Scientists, doctors, and those who believed the world could be better. Zari watched a small hybrid child laugh as a dog chased him through the grass. Liam handed her a small device. It's your mother's memory chip. Zari took it gently. I thought it was lost. I found it in the old wiring, he said. She's still here in a way. Zari placed the chip inside a glowing chamber on the wall. A soft hum began. I'll rebuild her, she whispered. Liam smiled. You'll rebuild everything, she looked at him. No, she said. We'll do it together. And as the sun rose over the broken land, Zari stood tall, no longer hunted, no longer hiding. She had become something more, a voice, a leader, a daughter, and finally, home.